burp. That'd be so gross if I looped it. You'd all feel unpleasant. I do it at home all the time. I won't. Yeah, I won't do it. Don't worry. Yeah. You want me to burp on stage? Because the human body, it works so mysteriously, it makes these juices. You make oils and they last longer than you do. What's the deal with oils? They last longer than the life forms that produce them. It's kind of crazy. You get a plant, take the oil, it's medicine. All kinds of plants make medicine. I don't eat venison, that's deer, I think. My wife's right there, she's my deer, I think. Deer. I know. Even though I burp all the time and more is like and that's the bird song, everybody. Done. Yes. All right, everybody, without further ado, let me welcome to the stage the world famous Rowland.
Wow. I'm gonna pay B-Fire for that intro. That was pretty cool.
Chellavision! We're here at the Indio Performing Arts Center. They were gracious enough to allow us to host these events. We'll be doing it for a year, so forever. We'll be doing this forever. So yeah, this is really cool. I'm super grateful. So thank you guys for coming. This is amazing. Yeah. How about B-Fire, right? Yeah. That's cool. So we have some very special guests here today with us that we're going to be interviewing. We have a Coachella Valley resident. You can see her art all over the place. She paints on walls, paints on clothes, paints on your face. She's amazing. I've had a chance to meet with her over several occasions and love her energy. She's an awesome artist. I even rock her clothes. Okay, like she's made some cool stuff. So we're gonna bring her on the show and we're gonna talk to her. Her name's Sofia Enriquez. And we also have Jesika Von Rabbit. Jesika Von Rabbit. It's really cool to have an artist of this caliber. She's appeared in many different places. You can see her doing shows in Los Angeles. She's spreading out all over the place now. And I actually had a chance to work with her on a project a while back. We'll see if she remembers. We're gonna test her, put her through the ringer. Yes. It's a nutty feeling being up here and sharing a little bit of myself with you guys. We had our one-year-old boy running around the house naked the other day, you know, because like diapers and all that stuff. And he's our youngest son, and he was just, he's just running around and like afterwards, as I was cleaning up a urine-soaked twister mat in the bathtub, it kind of hit me like, it's apparent that I'm a parent.
Yes.
Apparently. It's one of those things, it's kind of like a giant sack of babies giggling just smacked me in the face like, boom, dude, you're a parent. So I gotta get it into gear, right? So I think I'm doing a good job. I think I'm doing pretty well. But what about Donald Trump? What about Donald Trump and Kanye meeting up? You guys see that? It was funny. Like now we have this whole unique energy going on of a whole entire different paradigm of thought. We have this guy that was pretty much like a demagogue that just showed up and just came in there, and all of a sudden we're here in this new precipice, and we've approached an interesting little battle that we have with ourselves. I think it's just a little bit of a internal battle that's being put on the main stage for us to play, because I think we're all mirrors of each other. My theory is that there's one of us here looking at it through different sets of eyes. If you look at Duncan Trussell and Joe Rogan's podcast, or listen to it, they were talking about everybody's like virtual reality goggles for like some greater existence, which I kind of relate to that a bit. Like a squirrel's running around, that's like the VR goggles of the multiverse looking through a squirrel, and like Kanye West is the VR goggles of somebody that looked like Wesley Snipes when he played with Judge Dredd. And I was like, dude, this is crazy. It's all coming together. So this is gonna be cool. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun today. We have Sofia Enriquez. Hey!
Hi.
Welcome.
Thanks.
Your microphone's right there.
Cool.
Ah.
Hi, everyone. Hi. So what's going on?
This is cool. I like this outfit.
Thank you.
Yeah, I take it it's your work, right?
Yes, I actually just painted it.
Did
like,
you
a couple
paint
minutes
it?
ago.
Did you paint it, or did you channel an entity from beyond to paint it?
Yeah, I channel all sorts of stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Every time I do something kind of close, let's get closer. What's up? Okay, yeah, I just paint whenever I feel, I guess, nervous about something, or excited about something, or really, really happy about something.
I actually wanted to touch base with you about something interesting that I've been made aware of not too long ago.
Yeah.
You were painting a mural one time, right? And then the cops approached you, and they were like, yeah, you may have got approval from the building, but you didn't get approval from the city.
Yeah.
What happened with that?
Okay, so I assumed that when you paint a mural, that all you need is permission from the landlord and the business owner. Turns out the city has like something to do with it too. And I didn't know that. It just depends on the size of it, and lucky for me, it was like right off of Harrison. So it's like a pretty busy street. And the cop rolls up, he's like, yeah, you need to stop painting. I'm like, what? I'm like, that sucks. Like, I wanna paint, like, what's up? He's like, no, you just need the permit and then you can continue. So I had to stop for a couple of days, go to the city, propose the idea, change my sketch, change the whole idea of the mural, because I guess there's no, like, words allowed, really. It was kind of weird. Yeah.
What? And so that wasn't the only obstacle you faced with that, though, right? Because then there was like a guy from the date farmers that shows up and is like, hey, you're not allowed to paint that. And it was just a personal vendetta against you or something, or against your work?
Yeah, it was really, it caught me off guard, because after the cops told me to stop and then I got the approval from them, I was painting and I was almost done. And one of the guys comes up to me, he was like, yo, like, what are you doing? He's like, what do you think you're doing? And I'm like, painting? And he's like, well, what makes you think you can like paint on these walls? Like, a little girl. And I was like, I don't know, I got hit up by this like nonprofit to paint on this wall, so I'm doing it. And he's like, these walls are sacred and they're for real artists and you need to like check yourself, basically. And I was like, oh, that sucks.
Wow.
Yeah, it felt like really bad, but I was just kind of like, oh, like why, you know? Like I was really confused, but you know, I kind of brushed it off and finished it.
Made it work?
Made it work, yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
Those are the struggles that you'll have to go through if you're an artist.
Yeah.
Be prepared. You will encounter opposition.
Yeah, you encounter all sorts of people and all sorts of egos, and I guess it's just to remember to do it for art's sake and not to do it to be like this big shot whatever, you know? Like I just wanted to paint it because it was the first mural to be painted by a female in the Coachella Valley. Yeah.
Right on. Yeah.
Yeah, and a local, so it was like really fun and really cool, and I got some friends to help me too. I got CBR team girls to help me.
CBR team.
Yeah.
I think I saw some Facebook.
Yeah, Sarah, Vita, they came by and they helped me, and it was really cool. But it's crazy how like you do something that you really like to do, and sometimes people are just like, no. And it's like, what? Why? Yeah.
Well, that's a good mentality to have.
Yeah.
You know, persevere, and it's landed you in Vogue. You were just featured in Vogue. Is that correct?
Yeah, that was cool.
Talk about how that came about.
Yeah, so I work a lot with Sarah, and she works a lot with Golden Boys, and they were like, hey, you know, like we got invited to go do Camp Flognaw, so we went, and the
Camp what?
Camp Flognaw.
Camp what?
Camp Flognaw.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Hell no, bro. Y'all went up and done it.
Dude, it was so dope. It was such a good festival. It was fun, it was young, it was fresh, like everybody was dressed to the T, like it was dope. And I found a pair of like rubber overalls, and they weren't the most comfortable thing to wear, but I was like, they're yellow and they're really pretty, so I'm gonna wear them. And I painted on them, and then I was like walking around, and out of nowhere they're like, hey, we're Vogue, can we take your picture? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really cool. It's like, oh. Yeah.
So up there with the likes of Madonna.
Yeah.
Now, I might butcher this because I'm not super entrenched in the art community, like art, just painting and drawing, etc. But I definitely dabble, and I love it, and I appreciate it. I'm purveyor of it. But is it Art Basel?
Mm-hmm.
You had some connection with that recently.
Kind of. I mean,
okay.
I didn't have art like hanging there. You know, I hope to one day be able to like have my own little thing going on in there. But one of my friends out here, Montana, she works at a gallery, and she reached out to me randomly. She's like, she bought one of my dresses, and she's like, yo, like I'm gonna wear this. It's hot. And I'm like, cool. You know, I painted like this lady on the back and like flowers all over it, and she wore it to Art Basel, and I'm like, I'm low-key there. Like, I'm like low-key have art at Art Basel, and that's like what I really wanted to accomplish, and it was cool.
Yeah. So now your paintings are becoming tentacles that you're extending throughout the community of Earth, at least, right?
Yeah, I mean, it may not be on everyone's wall, but I want it to be in their closet.
Coming soon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go. Be in everybody's closet. Have them select a piece by Sofia.
Yeah, you
That's
have
cool.
one?
I do. I love it. I rock it. Like probably weekly, I would say.
Really?
Bi-weekly. Yeah,
How is it doing?
Well, you know the thing is, I haven't washed it yet. I've been spraying it down with this natural deodorant I got from Sprouts
Tight.
Market, and I just every single time it smells good. There's some pheromones.
Just if you wash it in a delicate cycle and hang it to dry. Okay. That's the only care instructions. I like handwrite little notes to everyone that buys stuff, and just hang to dry. It's the only thing you gotta do.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, all right. So let's talk a little bit about your teaching projects. Now, you've been working after school. Is this correct?
Yeah.
In the ACES program?
Yeah, ACES, After School Educational Safety is what it stands for.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's fun. It's hosted by the YMCA, and it's kind of like the Boys and Girls Club, but instead of them going somewhere, they stay at school till 5 or 6 actually, and they're there basically all day. So after school, they do homework, they do PE-ish stuff, they have free time. Most of the time, they're on their phone, straight up. Like the middle school kids are on their phone. Little ones are just like running around, like you know. So I go there and I have an hour with them just to do art, And my program's called Create and Destroy, and that's exactly what we do. We just like create something cool or like make something really gross and ugly, but it's like fun, you know, it's fun.
And then do you destroy it?
They do. I don't necessarily destroy it. I have them make something, you know, sometimes the projects can be really easy, sometimes they're more thought-provoking, sometimes I want them to make something that's not, you know, that you're gonna give to your mom for the holidays. Sometimes it's something more personal, like I do a lot of angry projects where we like throw paint, or we do something where we, you know, make something for someone else, make something for, like if it's a holiday thing, that's what we've been doing. I always say, make it for someone else that you don't know, and then give it to them, you know, or stuff like that. Yeah.
Is it cathartic
Mm-hmm.
for you?
Yeah, definitely. It's very therapeutic, and like, that's what I kind of want to get to with all the students, you know, like art isn't just about cutting paper and like making something that's only going to live for that little bit of time. It's about learning the process of how to make something and not being afraid to make it weird.
Yeah.
Or pretty. Or
Have you made
or
something? What's the weirdest painting that you've made, or project that you've worked
The weirdest project I've made? I think the weirdest one recently was with this group called Wild Women.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Shouts out.
Yeah, and we did this project, and it was, I gave them like 15 minutes, and it's a group of like 20 women. They're all creatives, so they're all artsy-fartsy. They all got their thing going on, musicians, writers, poets, you know, painters, whatever, bloggers.
Is there farting that happens in the meeting?
Oh yeah. And
to me, I've grown up not thinking of women as farting.
women do
farting
everything
type.
men do.
Okay.
Yeah, and I gave him like 15 minutes. I'm like, all right, you guys all have this time to make something really ugly. Think of the first thing.
Real ugly.
Ugly. Like,
So my son's
what is
karate
ugly?
teacher says, like, guarding stance, ugly, I want it uglier.
Yeah,
That's cool.
exactly. And I'm like, and then some people were like, I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? And like, just when you think of that word, what did you see? Make it happen with whatever I'm giving you. I'm giving you pom-poms and glue and popsicle sticks and paint and just stuff. Like, figure it out. Here's some time. And then they were like, do it. And then it was really interesting. I got to see some really weird stuff. You know, I was like, cool. Like, I don't know. Some people had paintings of like really intense, like profanity and like sex. And then some people had something about cigarettes. And somebody said something about glitter and how beauty's ugly. It was cool. And I was like, yes. Somebody said something about Donald Trump. And I was like, yeah. Yeah, we went everywhere with that, and it was just one word, and that's how I like to kind of tap into other people's minds.
Okay.
Yeah,
So a little psychic element going on there.
I guess.
That which can't be perceived
Yeah.
in traditional means.
Yeah.
That's cool. We actually had an experience similar to that when we were at Desert Trip, right? When we did that table.
Oh yeah,
Where we-
you were there.
Yeah, that was a blast.
George was there.
Yeah,
That was fun.
Yeah, we came up with some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know, would you mind describing that game?
Yeah, my friend Jose actually taught me that game. It's like, yeah, it's so one person comes up with a sentence, and then it's called telephone Pictionary. You come up with a sentence, and then you pass the paper to the next person, and then you get the next person's sentence. And instead of writing another sentence, you draw a picture based on that sentence, and then it just keeps going on and on until we have like everyone has their own story. So once you get your sentence back, you open and you just see what everyone's interpretation is of what you first said. And most of it was dirty.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some filth going on.
Of course.
It's human nature.
It's human
It's how we got here, is doing the dirty.
Yeah.
All of you. No one gets a pass.
Everybody's dirty. Yeah, but it was fun. I had a good time.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what's coming up for you, like upcoming projects?
Let's see. Next week, I'm painting a mural at the Desert Sun. Yeah, on behalf of the CV art scene. So I'm gonna be in there painting. I think it's about 50 feet long. So it'll take me a couple days, and that's what's good for before Christmas too. After that, I'm just gonna be doing like random pop-ups, like selling clothes and taking pictures of people wearing my clothes, and just see where that goes. Just trying to put it out wherever people let it happen.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hopefully no cops get involved, right?
God, I hope they do.
Oh, dude, wouldn't it be cool if you can like paint their uniforms?
Dude, that'd be dope.
I think that there needs to be more community interaction with that kind of stuff.
I know. If only it were that easy. It's not that easy. You're like, hey, sir, can I paint on your hat? You get arrested.
Then you'll end up running around naked with a lightsaber and getting tased.
Yeah, no.
Trust me, I know.
Probably true.
Well, let's hear a round of applause for Sofia Enriquez. Wow. The future right here, guys. Take notes. So we're gonna head for a little bit of a brief intermission right now. Now there's snacks right around here. I know it's like you guys are cramped here in the theater. It's like totally like a movie theater that got turned into a playhouse. But feel free, high five the person next to you. And right around this corner right over here, there's like a little mini lobby area. We have, I don't know, carrots and stuff with dip. And maybe some more assorted accessories for the stomach. So we're gonna drop some tunes for you here. And yeah, enjoy. We'll resume. See you in a bit. Thank you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I thought I told you. Indio Performing Arts Center, man, I told you. Welcome. I thought I told you. Indio Performing Arts Center, I thought I told you. All right, everybody, welcome back to the stage. The man, the myth. Rowland.
Thank you, B-Fire. There's a lot of these social media networks now are taking this new live approach where it's like, you know, you add things to your story or go live, and it's causing, because I follow a lot of comedians, and I've had a lot of funny put on pedestals. If that comes across well, and I'm like, oh dude, this comedian's going live right now. This is gonna be hilarious. I can't wait. The guy goes live. He's like, okay, so I'm here. I'm about to get on an airplane. And I'm like, oh, just watching him. Okay, so he gets on the airplane. He's like, so okay, guys, you guys really gotta check out these vegan cinnamon buns. They're really amazing. I'm like, okay, cool, all right, man. Okay, guys, I just got here. I'm about to make all these people laugh. And I'm like, okay, where's the undo button? How do I not watch what I just watched? Because the funny just died a little bit. We have an awesome performing artist coming up to the stage. I'd like you guys to put a warm round of applause together for Jesika Von Rabbit. I didn't get a chance to tell you earlier, this outfit looks great.
Thank you. Well, I don't know if it tops your outfit.
Oh yeah, Trina Turk, she hooks it up. But I still got Pumas on my feet. My socks are Pumas.
Hey, 6 days a week. You can call me a comedian, I don't mind that.
That's awesome. So you just released a new single?
I did.
Cool, talk about that. What's the name of it?
It's called Going Down. I actually recorded the song 2 years ago, and I've kind of been sitting on the mix for 2 years. I usually get things out a little quicker than that, but for some reason this song was just, it didn't come out with my solo record. I recorded it just a little bit after that, so it's kind of been hanging around on my computer, and I performed it, I perform it a lot, but I performed it at Harvard and Stone in Los Angeles in July, and I had a video director that I've worked with before named Giuseppe Asaro, who's done a bunch of videos for Graham Rabbit, and so he taped the show, and I asked him to, maybe we could put a live video together for it, and finally, after, back and forth a million times and different edits and me sitting on the song, we finally got it together and just released it this last week, and really happy about how it came out, and it's getting some radio play in Los Angeles and some other places, and yeah, I'm excited. I wanted to get it out before the year was over too. It's like one more thing under my belt before 2017, so I felt
Nice.
a little more accomplished this year. Not that I wasn't feeling underaccomplished, but it was one extra thing. It's like, okay, moving on.
See
2
you
years
next
was long
year.
enough. Yeah. See you next year.
So KCRW
Yeah.
played it a little bit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
Because we're from, you're up in the high desert, right?
Yes,
that's,
Joshua.
that's where I was raised in that area.
Cool.
And you don't see much come out of that area
Yeah.
on a national scale. So
My band Graham Rabbit, we did well with KCRW in the past. They played us a lot. We've performed 4 times on Morning Becomes Eclectic in the past, but it's been a few years, so I was glad to be back in the roster with them and getting some recognition. So
and welcomed with open arms.
yes.
Now, the audience and the viewers may not necessarily know this, but you and I worked on a project together somewhat, right? Do
Okay.
you remember Dust Up, the film?
Oh
Dust
yeah,
Up?
right.
You were part of the soundtrack.
I am.
Okay, so I was one of the actors in that movie. I had a death scene where my buddy Eddie and I got shot, and I plop on the ground. He falls right behind me. We're like the Ravers.
Yeah.
It was a film directed by Ward Roberts.
Yes.
And you and I have been at Bobby First's
Yeah.
house up in Joshua
Yeah,
Tree.
that's great. Ward is a good friend of mine, and there was a lot of death scenes in that movie, by the way. It got very gory, like some cannibalism at the end. It really went there.
I think my character was a cannibal meth head that likes to eat cops. So yeah.
They wrote that right for you.
Yeah.
That actually just did. Ward is working on another project right now. It's a documentary on Cole Porter, famous country singer from the 50s, 60s, and I just did his song "Don't Fence Me In" with another artist named Kirkpatrick Thomas from a band called Spindrift, who I played with a lot over the years, and so we just did this duet of this song, and hopefully that will come out next year. The documentary will get picked up, but it was really fun to record that song. It's very intense, and it's this big, almost like Frank Sinatra style duet that we did together, and so I'm excited for that.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
So you have a little bit of experience with working with other artists.
Yeah.
And what would you say has been the best artist that you've worked with? Or the best experience you've had working with another artist?
Well, I'm not sure. I mean, that was awesome what I just did. I don't know if it was the best experience working. I was just in a Cyndi Lauper video, so that was pretty exciting. So I guess I worked with Cyndi Lauper.
Did you have fun?
I did, because that's what girls just want to do. But I played her. I was her fake keyboard player for a video shoot on stage up at Pappy and Harriet's for a new country record that she has out. So
Whoa.
I pretended to play the keys. I should just say I played the keys in that song.
Yeah. Like those YouTube videos you see where the DJ's just going nuts and it's
Yeah,
not even
nothing's
plugged in when they zoom in. That's
Exactly.
cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I have a little bit of a trick I want to do, because somewhere along the lines, I think I've read somewhere you mentioned about being psychic.
Well, it's a song, yeah. But I do have some psychic ability.
I want to do something for you. I don't know what your birthday is.
Okay.
Because I haven't looked it up or anything. But if you tell me the month, I think I can tell you the day.
Okay.
Just the month only.
Okay.
Go for it.
July.
Okay, it's gonna take me a minute here. Okay, so July. Let's see, the 13th.
Wait, what did you say at first?
Say again? All you have to do is tell me the month.
I know I did.
Oh, okay. Just
I
give me a
said what?
second.
I heard you mumble a number.
Oh, yeah. Just give me a second.
Okay.
Okay, so let me see. All right. Well, maybe you can help me figure this out. Okay, so the fourth, we'll use playing cards as the standing piece. So the fourth is a jack. The fifth is a 10. The sixth is a 9. The seventh is an 8. The eighth is a 7. The ninth is a 6. The
Where's he going with this?
10th is a 5th. The 11th is a 4. The 12th is a 3. The 13th is a 2. The 14th is a 14?
Yeah. Wait, how did you do that?
Yeah, I'm psychic.
How did you looked it up.
No, I didn't. I swear.
He does that with everybody.
What? I've done that. I've guessed people's birthdays before, but not using that process. I don't know. You have to tell me backstage what that one is. I think it says on my Facebook page, my birthday. You looked at it.
I promise you I did.
Well,
So-
that's impressive if you didn't.
So, well, I'll give you a little bit more insight. It says that means that you're the ace of diamonds. A
I
desire
am.
for money coupled with a desire for love, but not enough energy to acquire both at the same time. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hitler was an ace of diamonds.
Oh my God. I am German.
I'm Austrian.
Right.
But no, so was Tupac.
Okay.
And Jay-Z. Jay-Z is an ace of diamonds as well. Is it?
I'm
That's
in
cool that
good
you know
company.
that.
Yeah.
That's cool that you know
Yeah.
that.
I'm cool.
So, any upcoming projects that you got?
Well, I'm just kind of wrapping up this year, and I'm sitting on a bunch of new songs. So, and I have a few like video possibilities happening. I mean, I'm always going to shoot videos, but talking to a couple of different directors about my next video. But yeah, I have a group of songs right now, so it's just like deciding. You know, I guess that's going to be a full album, which it probably should be at some point. But I'm kind of just focusing on singles and videos because I think that's like
Yeah, we're in the
easier.
give me more. Yeah, next.
Yeah, I think it's good to keep like putting things out to the public instead of like waiting for an entire record to be finished.
Right.
See what's happening with these new songs, start performing them live, and make some more videos.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, I overheard you mention. I don't want to be the one to release this information, but you brought a surprise for. Did you?
I brought some little bunny Christmas cookies that I made. I didn't
Nice.
put too much liquid acid in the batter. But eat at your own risk.
So, by liquid acid, you mean.
I mean liquid acid, LSD, exergic acid diethylamide.
You mean, which is another word for stevia leaf extract, right?
Exactly.
Okay, cool. What are you gonna do for Christmas?
I go back to Wisconsin, where it's 6 degrees.
Wow.
So,
Yeah, not 7.
no, 7 would make a big difference.
So I have a question for you. What's and you know, people that come on the show, a lot of times I don't know if you've seen any of the shows that we've done so far yet, but a lot of the artists get a little uncomfortable with this question.
Well, when you set it up like that, I mean,
Yeah. But I'm going to rephrase it.
Okay.
What's one thing that your fans would be surprised about?
It's a good question.
Maybe not even having to do with music or anything.
Well, I have ichthyophobia.
Ichthyophobia. Enlighten us.
Fear of fish.
Whoa. So any Pisces in the audience? So that means you can't go in the water then. Open water would.
I think it's because Jaws came out when I was a little girl, and like that just, yeah, that was the big movie.
Wow.
And so was The Exorcist. So the devil in sharks, mechanical sharks.
Wow. Who played in Jaws? I forgot his name.
Richard Dreyfuss.
Well, was it Richard Dreyfuss?
No, that was
Roy?
No, was it?
Richard Dreyfuss.
Yeah, Richard Dreyfuss.
Really? I remember the guy who played in Jaws also played in Sequest or something like that. I don't know.
Ryan Seacrest?
No, not yeah. There we go. Yeah, Ryan Seacrest. He played in Jaws. Shouts out to Ryan Seacrest. Ryan Seacrest. That's his new name. Oh, that's great. So yeah, no, all right. Well, so ichthyophobia.
Yeah.
I'll remember that.
Yep. Remember that.
So don't bring fish.
I'm not.
Do you don't eat?
I
you
eat fish.
Does that help
I mean,
you
they're safer.
cope with the fear?
Yeah.
Just eat your fear.
Exactly. There you go.
That's pretty cool. I'll share one with you.
Okay.
I have something that I recently learned about. I don't think it's officially acknowledged, but it's
Officially?
yeah, a fish. Yeah. It's not officially recognized, but it's called trypophobia.
Tripe.
Yeah,
That's
trypophobia.
A fish. Tripe's a fish.
Oh, wow, there you go. No, but trypophobia is like an abnormal obsession with, I would say maybe fear, but I can't really say that I'm afraid of it, but it's just, I'm really disturbed by abnormal holes in the environment in like weird places and uneven textures. Trypophobia.
Wow.
Look it up, trypophobia, T-R-Y.
You're on your own with that one. I'm not going to touch that.
Yeah, it's a little fishy.
No
I'll tell you
comment.
that. So yeah, watch out for this.
You're a weird one.
Yeah. That's what we're doing here.
That
Thank
trumps
you.
my ichthyophobia.
Well, I hope I'm not fired. So let's give Jesika Von Rabbit a warm round of applause.
Thank you.
It was a fun interview. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we're gonna do a brief intermission real quick. Feel free to get more snacks. And she's gonna set up and do an amazing performance for you guys. We'll get about 3 or 4 tracks going and give you the sneak preview. Ladies and gentlemen, I wanna introduce somebody special for you guys. John Gray, right over here. All this lighting, all this sound here would not happen without my soul brother right over here. So we have another special person, Jorge Perezchica. You guys know who he is. It's magical. Wouldn't be able to happen without you guys. And make some noise for yourselves. I really appreciate you guys coming out here. This is pretty cool. It's an interesting experience. Ladies and gentlemen, Jesika Von Rabbit.
abilities.
The cards can reveal things that you will never see by yourself. Call me now for your free tarot reading.
I'm
It guides my steps into a shallow overdose. My throat is full of dust. You picked it up as you walked towards your wonderland. And so I'm meditating. I don't digress, you know I still believe in faith. Thank you. Thanks, guys. We're gonna end tonight with my famous Christmas song, "California Christmas," and I think the Grundles are gonna bring you guys some of my famous Christmas cookies. Everything's famous. Ready, Lee? Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming out. That was fun.
Make some noise for Jesika Von Rabbit. Well, that's all the time that we have for you for this episode of Chellavision. I'm glad the only boo we got was the fact that we're done. Major shouts out to the Indio Performing Arts Center. Thank you, Coachella Magazine. And make some noise for yourselves, Jorge, for being part of this. Wouldn't happen without you guys. Big shouts out to the community. Jesika Von Rabbit. Thank you. Sofia Enriquez. That's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Yeah, I got cut off.